Welcome to Taste Reviews Drink Edition. I'm your host, Derek Silver, and this is episode 14. Thank you again for joining me for another tasting review. So, of course, we got a new one today. This one right here is called Traveler Whiskey. Traveler Whiskey. So, I walked into the liquor store today. I didn't even get a chance to walk around and look at any other whiskey. First shelf that I saw, this one right here caught my eye. And that usually happens. Something catches my eye, but I still walk around. But today, when I saw this one, it caught my eye, and I just said, I'm just going to go with this one. So it better be good. I'm excited to try it out. So let's get right into it. Traveler Whiskey. As you can see, it got a nice little classic bottle look to it. Real nice. Got a nice color to it, a nice bronze color. The bottle, like I said, it's a classic, but it's just something about the bottle. It looks real nice with the color of the whiskey and the color of the label. It's kind of a classic old style type looking label as far as the design on it and stuff. So it intrigued me a lot. And also, you can't see it from right here, but trust me, looking through the glass of the bottle on the back side of this label, there's a map. So that caught my eye as well. A map of where the whiskey is distilled at. So look, it grabbed me. It grabbed me and I just had to run with it. So let me read the description that's on the back first before I go into the website. First, shout out to all the subscribers out there, new and old. If you haven't hit the notification button yet, make sure you do that. And make sure you like each and every video. It costs you nothing and it helps get the videos out there to some more viewers. Thank you again. So back to the label. It says, good whiskey is like a good song. It requires no explanation. One taste should tell you everything you need to know. No one has to tell you how to feel about it. You simply settle in and enjoy. For this first of its kind collaboration from Buffalo Trace Distillery, Traveler brings together the collective artistry of Chris Stapleton and master distiller Harlan Wheatley. Blend number 40 is the carefully curated result of countless hours of testing and tasting. It's a completely unique combination of whiskeys from award-winning distilleries and exactly what you'd expect. A premium whiskey that speaks for itself. So, if you recognize one of the names that I read, Chris Stapleton, then you're right. Chris Stapleton, I believe he's a country music artist. Look, I'm just guessing. I'm pretty sure he's a country music artist. Y'all gonna correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm not even worried about it. So this is the description that was on the back of the bottle. It is 45% alcohol volume and is 90 proof. So let me move on to the website and read the description that they have on there. A little similar to what's on the back of the bottle, but we're going to rock right into it. So it says, I'm not even going to read what I already read. I'll just go into the next paragraph. It says, in the pursuit of the finest possible whiskey, over 50 blends were sampled before making blend number 40 the chosen combination. Blend number 40 is the carefully curated results of countless hours of testing and tasting and is exactly what you would expect. Authentically crafted to be there whenever you find yourself in good company, Traveler Whiskey is easy to drink, hard not to love. And I'm so excited. It's actually tasting notes on this website. Granted, I'm an expert, but it helps to have some sort of baseline to go off of and to help give you, whenever you decide to try the whiskey out, something to be familiar with. So the tasting notes for this particular whiskey that we have today, Traveler Whiskey Blend 40, it says complex aromas of vanilla, aged fruit, and buttery shortbread rounded off by caramel and a touch of oak. The palate has just a touch of sweetness followed by spice, toasted nut, and oak flavors with a robust finish. Sounds very good. Sounds like it's very flavorful. So that's the description on the website. The website will be in the description box of this video. So let's get to your favorite pot. Let's open this thing up. Not too difficult to open up. That's a good sign. I love that sound. And this is a good smell. Let's put that to the side. Put my ice in the first tumbler. Pour up. Love that sound. Pour into the nosing glass. Pour into the other tumbler. So now we got each of our glasses filled up and it's time to taste. So I always start out with the nosing glass. Let's get to smelling. Smells real good. Definitely smell the fruit. Smell the vanilla. It definitely smells kind of buttery. I'm trying to get that shortbread smell that they're talking about. I definitely smell caramel and a little oak. I'm not necessarily getting the shortbread, but that could be the buttery smell that I'm getting. In my mind, I'm tasting shortbread cookies right now. So so let's go ahead and give this a taste. First, it's not too oily. It's thin. Like I said, it's a nice color, nice bronze color. Very smooth on the front end. It's sweet. I can taste the fruit. Definitely has a hint of caramel to it, a hint of vanilla. I definitely taste the nut flavors and the oak flavors. They said the finish is robust. I'm not getting a robust flavor. It's to me, the finish is very short, which makes it good on the back end, makes it smoother. First burp. Now, you know, anytime I burp off the tasting, that has got to be a good whiskey. It hasn't failed me yet, and I'm sticking to it so far. Let me take another taste. Yeah, it has a little spice to it. That could be coming from the oak flavors. Um, it's real smooth. It's sweet. It's subtle. It has a balance of sweetness as well as spice. It's real good. It's real good. And this is just neat right here. So had to finish off the nosing glass. I always have to finish off the nosing glass. Drinking it neat sets me up to really understand the whiskey. Drinking it neat without any ice, any coldness, no splash of water, anything, no type of enhancements to it, sets the tone for the whiskey for me. And out of all the flavors that they pointed out in the tasting notes, I can taste it so far. So I'm gonna cleanse my palate, and we're gonna move on to the tumbler with ice. Now with the tumbler with ice, I still smell fruit flavors. That's all I'm getting so far with the tumbler with ice is the fruit sweetness from it. So it's more fruit and vanilla flavors, aromas, and just hints of caramel. I don't smell the oak. I don't smell um, I don't smell the buttery scent, the buttery shortbread. I don't smell that. Now let me give it a taste. Now with the ice, even though I had the fruit aromas and the sweet aromas, I don't necessarily taste it. You know, offhand, I taste more of the nut oak flavors, a little bit of spice. It's still smooth, um, but the fruit flavors, the vanilla, caramel flavors are um, have been toned down a lot with the tumbler with ice. It's more of the oak flavor, nutty flavors, just a little bit of spice, um, but it's still smooth. The finish is still very short. It's not long. It's not strong. It doesn't burn your chest or anything. It is it's just right if you're more of a whiskey drinker that likes the nut and oak flavors. So let me cleanse my palate. We're gonna move on to the next tumbler. Now I'm gonna put a splash of water in this tumbler. That was a little bit too much. But let me top it off. What why not? Why not? It is past 5 o'clock here. So let me get a smell of this. I smell the fruit flavors, smell the vanilla, the caramel. I smell a little bit of the oak. Now let me get this a taste. Wow. With the splash of water, it is really smooth. It's really subtle. It's almost like drinking a dessert wine with the splash of water. I'm tasting more of the fruit flavors, the vanilla, the caramel, the buttery shortbread. Uh, the nut and oak flavors are toned down a lot with the splash of water. Very smooth. The finish is real short. It is not overwhelming at all. It doesn't burn. I don't even taste the spice anymore with the splash of water. It's very good. Yeah, that's very good. So we got the tasting out the way. Now moving on to the tasting review. Traveler whiskey. So I gotta say, it had a lot of nice flavors to it. Um, I'm very surprised at this one. Honestly, I wasn't sure what I was gonna get from this whiskey, just based off of me just grabbing it and not really looking at it. Like I didn't even read. Usually, when I go whiskey shopping, I read the back of the bottle. Excuse me, that's burp number two. Oh, that's burp number two. So this review might be a real good one. Um, like I said, I didn't read the back of the bottle. I didn't go on the website before I left out the liquor store. I didn't do any type of research on the whiskey. Um, I just grabbed it, paid for it, and left. Speaking of paying for it, the price of this one is $39.99, $40 for a fifth. Good price. I always try to keep the bottles at a reasonable price. To give everybody a chance to go out there and purchase the bottles that I review and taste them for yourself. So back to the actual review. It has a lot of flavors to it, and that's what I like about this whiskey. And even from drinking it neat to adding ice to it or a splash of water, you get different type of flavor profiles. And that's what I like about whiskeys. I mentioned that before on the show. If you can get different type of flavor profiles from adding different enhancements to it, then that's a whiskey for me. I don't want to taste the same thing if I add some ice to it or a splash of water, or if I'm just drinking it neat. I want to have an array of different type of flavors to it. I want to be surprised when I drink the whiskey. And this one gave a lot of good surprises, and I love this whiskey. I'm not gonna lie, I love this whiskey. And out of 5 tastes, I give this whiskey, Traveler Whiskey, I give this one 4.5 out of 5 tastes. Traveler Whiskey. I'm excited to, play around with it with some cocktails, some old fashions, whiskey sours, and some other, cocktails recipes that I find. It's definitely a whiskey that you can drink on any level. You can drink it if you're just chilling, smoking a cigar. You can drink this while you're having uh, some sort of dish with chicken in it, with steak, lamb chops, or even you can have it as a dessert wine. It's all based on how you enhance it. Neat, you can have it just about in any type of way, with a cigar, with a meal, after a meal. Um, Splash of water, it would be more of a dessert wine, something light, or something you can eat with, like, some sort of fish, some shrimp, but make sure it's like grilled. That would help the flavor of it. Having the fish or the shrimp grilled, that will make it taste even better. And with the ice, the tumbler with ice, you can definitely have it with a steak, some lamb chops, something to that effect, or just a good cigar. It will match up well with it. So I recommend Traveler Whiskey. Let me know what you think about it. Hit me up in the comments, social media, Taste to Consider Network. I'm your host, Derek Silva. This is Tasting Reviews Drink Edition. Make sure you drink responsibly, and I'll see you next time. Shout out to all the followers.